Hello and welcome. In today's video we're going to be going through the solo Grandmaster Hypernet Current. This is a platinum rank. This is my first completion as well, and I'm using essentially the same setup I used on the Birthplace of the Vile Grandmaster with Precious Scars on the Titan class. The weapons are Tyranny of Heaven with Incandescent and Dragonfly. That's the main weapon, as you can see in the background gameplay. So the explosions chain lots of scorch and solar damage. The artifact is coming to an end. The heavy weapon is Dragon's Breath, because it's just amazing. And the solar kills combined with the Precious Scars give me almost a continuous uptime on restoration, which I find really helpful in Grandmasters. I'm actually really surprised how good this exotic is. In team gameplay, I've never really used Precious Scars because I found the survivability not that bad. All I needed before was like a healing grenade and then just give me a bit of restoration top up. That was about it, but the fact that after every kill I just automatically have healing grenade activated. I can't say enough how much easier it was playing Precious Scars as opposed to any other exotic. Solar is a bit overpowered this season, which is why I'm leading into that. This is only my second Grandmaster. I did Birthplace of the Vile last week, I completed that 3 times. This is my first and will be the only completion of Hypernet Current this week, due to the final shape coming out tomorrow. Well, 2 days, but tomorrow the servers are down, so depending on when you watch this. The Unstoppables, like, okay, let me start off by saying if you're doing solo Grandmasters, you will, or at least the way I found it was that the hardest part was not rushing in and getting into stupid situations. I probably tried this Grandmaster about 20 times before I got the completion. I only tried it on Titan actually, because my last completion on Birthplace of the Vile was with this, almost this exact loadout. The only thing that really changed is weapons. And the thing that really gets you is not knowing how to take out certain groups of ads that spawn in, or not knowing how to control the ads, which this is a completely different way of playing compared to team Grandmasters. And unless you try to actually complete a Grandmaster solo, you won't really understand what that's like. You might just think, oh well, it'll be just like a normal Grandmaster, but it's not. Your positioning has to change completely. You have to worry about every single ad. If you leave one ad up, they could snipe you from a certain spot, and if that doesn't kill you in one hit, which sometimes the snipers can, you're just one hit, and then the easy target in front of you becomes very, very dangerous because you didn't realise that you left one ad. Now, in the gameplay, you see me using the skip here. This is really, really useful and very easy to do. It doesn't skip out any champions or anything like that. It's just a quick route of getting to this part here. So you only skip out a few ads, but it's more of a time save than anything. But I definitely recommend it. It's easy to do, and yeah, definitely recommend it. And I didn't know this until watching some other YouTuber do solo GMs, just to get my head wrapped around like what I should be doing. I can't remember what. Oh, I'm having a drink of coffee there. Coffee is your best friend as well when you're trying to solo GM. Or at least at my level anyway. When I get better, maybe I won't need one. But just before I continue, this part here is very dangerous. So, Dragon's Breath there I found. I died lots of times on this. Dragon's Breath there just to get a kill, get me restoration, put the barricade up, just so I've got something I can walk through to cover me, and that is the only way I was able to really do this. I tried doing a super, um, but then that drops the cranium, so then you can't pick it up when you're in the super. Right, so taking that cranium really helps as well, because if you do this with just your weapons, it takes forever. It takes a long time anyway. Um, it takes a ridiculous amount of time. This Tormentor is incredibly strong. I could have done something like a hand cannon with the Hunter Exotic. I can't remember what it's called. The cowboy one where increases your damage with precision shots. I could have done that, but then I would lose all the restoration. And something that's been killing me is that I'm playing too aggressive, and I'm not chilled enough. I'm not relaxed enough. I try almost too hard and too intense, and then you end up making silly mistakes because of that. You have to be in like a relaxed state of mind, which a lot of my failed attempts, the reason why I couldn't get a Birthplace of a Vial done on my Warlock was because I was just hurrying up too much, or trying to do something so fast. So I feel like what I did was okay. It's just if you go into this with this loadout, which link will be in the description, you have to have the mindset of, yeah, I'm just going to take a while at certain parts like this. Like, I'm taking my time here just to get the quit spots with this cranium, because it does so much damage to the Tormentor. But yeah, even just like a little zap like that, that's 2 shots of 5,000 damage, and I think my Tyranny of Heaven's quit spot was doing about 4,000 damage. 4,000 damage, so that's a lot slower than just using this cranium with saving your ammo. I took a chance to get the sniper running around at the back there. I don't mind using lots of heavy on this, because I just found once again, same as last time, that I'm just getting so many heavy ammo drops. It's just really useful. Now, unfortunately, Dragon's Breath doesn't actually do that much damage to this Tormentor. And he jumps up to me, so I just have to get away because it's almost instant death with this guy. The ads to my left there, they do hit you for a bit, but as long as you keep moving, it's not as bad as you think it is. You've got quite a bit of cover, and as long as you're running at a fast pace there, you should be alright. It's a pretty decent rotation. But just stay away from the Tormentor, that's the main thing I can tell you there. Taking my time just picking off all the little guys, because the explosion, as you can see there, the damage numbers just spreads thanks to Scorch and Dragonfly. Really good bow. I actually didn't like this bow in a team. Tyranny of Heaven, I didn't like this role. This is like the known god role with Incandescent and Dragonfly. And it's not known... Well, in a team, I never liked it, just because I found that I would leave an ad with little health after the first shot, and then the teammate would just get the kill. But in this, I found it a lot better, especially with how many little ads there are, little red bars, scions, dogs, and even the Vex at some point. Like the actual explosion part, it's like there, like that's amazing. And I'd never really noticed this before. I will try this loadout again with in other Grandmasters, but it's just in solo, this seems a lot better than what I gave it credit for as in a team. This spot here, you can just take your time with this part back here. Just keep an eye on your health, like there. Just pull back if it hits you. I do play this safe. As you can see there, if you don't get a quick shot, you do such little damage. And I don't mind using Dragon's Breath there just to try and get some easy damage, just to save me some time. Because this fight, this is a hard part. This is, apart from the last room, this is the hardest part of this Grandmaster. Just taking your time with this guy, he takes forever to kill. As you can see, I'm dancing around him really. the intent of just relaxing, taking it easy, and not trying to rush, not worrying about the time. I'm not actually sure how long this Grandmaster takes. Birthplace of a Vial, first time took me almost exactly an hour, so anything an hour or faster I'm happy with. Which I'm pretty sure this is faster than an hour. The another little sniper there. The Void Blast that the Tormentor throws at you, you can take... Well, sometimes it hits you and it seems to do a little over half, or like there, that's about half damage. And other times it seems to do about a quarter or a third of your health, so you can take one hit, but then I wouldn't risk it after that. Now, my hammer's weakening the Tormentor there, which is why I did that. So that's one of the artifact mods. I do think next season, with Prismatic and all the other artifact changes, it's going to be a lot harder to do Grandmasters. Which is why I started this series when I did. Because you get the solo operative, which my first 5 or 6 attempts of this Grandmaster I didn't actually have on. Just a mistake on my part there. So at the minute I'm a bit hesitant about using any more rockets. There is heavy ammo on the floor. Sometimes I've got to this point and there's been like 3 or 4 heavy bricks on the floor, which is enough to fully full my heavy ammo. At the minute I think I can only see the one. There might be one more that I find, but I'm just kind of cautious, trying to save the ammo. Which I think, as you see through the run, I didn't need to do. But it's better to have the ammo, and I actually found that having the mindset of, well, I'll just take it easy, I'll just take my time, was actually better for me. Because the times when I tried to rush things, it then made me rush my positions, and then I would just die by stupid reasons. I guess this is only my 2nd Grandmaster that I've completed. My 4th actual Grandmaster, but then I've only done Birthplace of the Vial and now Hypernet Current, so I'm not actually that experienced with solo Grandmasters. So that's why at the minute I'm just okay to take my time and learn, which is why I'm still posting my failed attempts. Now, I'm not going to speed this up just because if you did want to have a look and use this loadout as a guide, which I definitely recommend, this loadout it has become my favourite. In fact, when the new season starts and we're doing the Legend campaign for the final shape, I'm probably going to take Precious Scars. I might not use solo, but I will use Precious Scars for the fact that you can get restoration on any class. Now, I took a hit there, and as you can see, it did about 3/4 damage to me, so that's why I decided to just leave. Just making another rotation. Trying to get the crit shots there. Now, I'm sure there's faster ways of doing this part. I did see someone use Izanagi's Burden, but that would then rely on using a legendary rocket, which is fine, but then using a legendary rocket to stun the champion. You just could end up using lots of ammo. So, like I said, with the mindset of just taking your time, I went this route. I'm happy that I did, because it gives me more chance to actually learn from any mistakes. And with snipers not actually having an anti-barrier or an anti-champion mod, I was just happier to play it a little bit safer. As you can see here, I'm just checking for any heavy bricks. I don't think there's any more, so I'm just going to have to go into this with 7 ammo. 10 is my max. utilising the hammer here to cause the weaken effect on the champion, just to once again try and speed things up, because this is a long fight. If not, it doesn't help that much, to be honest. It's just and there I'm taking the little guy out so that then the scorch damage can hit the champion. It's just a little bit extra damage. Using my super, why not? Sometimes you can get an ignition with this solar damage, the scorch. I don't think I get it here though, but it does pretty good damage. And the fight's so long that by the time I get into any danger, I'm gonna get my super back anyway. Now these guys hide quite well, which is really annoying. So I'm just doing whatever damage I can when I can. And I do have a little safe spot if you drop down, which you'll see in a second. Or in a few moments. So there's some heavy ammo for me, so I'm paying attention to that. Now you can actually use your heavy a lot more than what I'm using in this part, because the room after this, with all the little scions, which you get the cranium, to shoot the blights, they seem to drop a lot of heavy, so I would actually be okay with using almost all of my ammo here, which I don't do. So I jump down here, and usually the second unstoppable runs at you, but he doesn't this time, so I have to go finding him. These black clouds of smoke that you can just see whizzing past, make sure they don't hit you, because if it's not a one-hit kill, you are very, very weak afterwards. I'm pretty sure it is actually a one-hit kill, or at least a direct hit. So yeah, I'm just taking this guy out when I can. I might not actually, the safe spots behind me that I talked about a minute ago, I actually might not have an example of that on this. No, I don't. Alright, cool that. So here we go, got my heavy. Seeing if I can take out the unstop. I guess at this point I didn't want to use any more heavy than I had to, just in case, but like, you can do as I say, not as I do, and you can use a bit more heavy at this part. You can probably, I would save maybe 2 or 3 if you really want to do this quicker. Maybe have 2 or 3 after the end, after this champion's defeated. So you can see I'm not like rushing this, and I find that it really helps me to just be in a frame of mind where I'm not rushing. It might not be the best gameplay footage for you to watch and enjoy, but this is my journey on how to become the top 1,000 solo players. So this is why I'm going slow. I need to learn. This is it, just finish this guy. Nice and easy. Now, I'll normally go to the left here, but I just found this route, and it just saved me going past the like little boopy blight things that stick out of the wall. So this is another route that I've learned, just playing solo. This guy, you can normally do enough damage to finish him. Get to you, so that's what I do. And this next part is a really good example of why I've chosen Tyranny of Heaven with this explosion. Just watch this. There you go. Huge. Well, actually not that one, but the next one. This one. There you go. Big explosion. Gives me lots of restoration. You can see with all the heavy that drops on the floor. That's why I said in the earlier bit that you can use a lot more heavy than what I did, because all these ads in here, they just give you so much heavy ammo. So this part's all pretty easy. If you take your time, this is the only hard parts really are the tormentor, clearing out the ads so that Like, if it's just you and the Tormentor, you can work around that guy. There's another heavy there. So the Tormentor is the hard part, and then the only other really hard part is surviving in the boss room. Because there's so many things to worry about in the boss room, which we'll talk about when we get there. If you don't know on this part, take the cranium, shoot the first blight, like that, and all the others disappear. So that's how you get through this part without having to worry about the smoke bombs. Use the rest of the cranium to take out whatever adds that you can on this side before you go through. Now, I haven't been able to take out any of the champions. I was able to do a little bit of damage there, but it turned out to be pointless. So don't worry about anything here. Once you've taken out the blights, this part's really easy. You shouldn't be dying along this part. And you can ram into these guys, it doesn't really matter. Now just be careful when you get to the end of this runway. You have to get thrown into the sort of mines, and the champions and the enemies are like able to shoot you very quickly. So like this, just get off as quick as you can, hide behind cover. So I take out the red bars first, then stun the champion, go grab the cranium just to drop his health. It saves on the heavy ammo as well there. And he dropped heavy ammo as well, which is really useful. So I don't mind using more heavily afterward. But as soon as I got the cranium, I use that. As you can see, the health just absolutely melts on that, so definitely try doing it this way if you can, without wasting your ammo. Oh, my health does get pretty low here. But generally that's okay. Now this auto rifle is really good actually. It's, now I'm only using it for the overload championness of it. Obviously Tyranny of Heaven works a lot better with this loadout. This auto rifle, the 7th Seraph Carbine, it's actually an old weapon. It's got auto loading and vorpal weapon. So I can just pull it out, stun a champion, and then switch back to my bow and just never have to reload it. And I'm doing the extra bit of damage as well. It's got good range. So that's why I use that one. I kept this one ever since I first got it, just knowing that it was really good for champions. If auto rifles are ever anti-barrier, then it's just really good to be able to just do damage with whatever weapon I choose, and then switch to the auto rifle. Vorpal allows me to do extra damage to champions, so that's really good. For a primary weapon, it's 20%. Now these snipers are a bit annoying, especially when they put up their little immune bubbles. Now I learned, it was actually this run when I found a certain spot here. So I'm trying to jump up and shoot. Now that gets pretty close, but I just decided to leg it. So in this run, I'm just going to take out that little sniper up there on the right. That's the annoying little bubble. There you go. Now I do find a spot here just accidentally, so I this one, and this works really well for me. So for some reason, the two vandals at the back, which I'm shooting at now, just don't put up their bubbles, and I'm not sure if it's because I'm so far back that they're just not putting up their little immune bubbles, but doing this, and with this bow's really fast draw time, I'm able to just jump up and just keep going. Well, normally their bubbles would come up and they'd be immune and I wouldn't be able to do damage, so I'd have to then wait around. But this works out pretty well. This is definitely what I'll try to do again. As long as you can time your shots, right? Which I do miss some of them because he's jerking around in the back. But... there you go. Now just make sure that these smoke bombs don't hit you. Fly over these ones. Now this room, once again, isn't one of the hard parts. It's just you gotta pick your fights well. And I normally find that all the smaller stuff dies very quickly anyway. So. Like these little taken thrall, they just die very quickly with heaven, so they're nothing really to worry about. This guy just teleports behind me, so there you go. Restoration. I'll probably take more damage on this run than I did in most of the other runs. So you can play this a bit better than what I did here, but in general it's pretty safe. I wasn't worried at this part. So I get the stun, use my Dragon's Breath, and I just do a little bit of extra damage. As you can see there with the explosions, that's pretty easy. Now there's one more overload up on the right, which we'll deal with shortly. See it as I'm safe, I take out these other little dudes, these acolytes. You see my armor charge there on the left is full, so that's really useful. I've got 2 surges on. That's doing quite a bit of extra damage as well. Radiant. So take out the champions like that, and as you can see, it's pretty easy. Not too much difficulty or anything to worry about there. So I've got a heavy brick in the middle. Now something that has happened is I've seen heavy bricks in the middle before the ogres spawn in, so I've left it. And then because there's so much heavy, I decided to use my rocket. But then all the rocket explosions that happened in the middle seem to blow all of the heavy bricks off the map, so then I can't actually get them. So what I do here is I launch a rocket, quickly grab it, and then run away. Which I'm quite happy with. You know, the rocket kills give me restoration, thanks to Precious Scars again. So my survivability is so good with this build. It's so good. I absolutely love this. I thought that my invisibility hunter build was probably where I was going to start, but as soon as I found this build out, I could just do so much damage with it. Playing into the artifact, and I can constantly have healing, so... I don't know. Next time this comes up, I will try all 3 classes, but for now I'm just happy with this one. So sorry again for this taking so long, but as you, it's the only way I'm really able to do it at the beginning. It's just taking my time and observing all the surroundings and where the enemies spawn. And there's a lot to learn, so that's why it's like this. I won't try doing anything speed-wise until I'm a lot more used to certain Grandmasters. If you don't like that, feel free to go. So this part's nice and easy, just taking out these blights and leaving a cranium with 100 ammo there. So the elevator spawns in, so then I get this cranium. So got 100 ammo, checking my heavy ammo. So here we go. Now this next part that comes up, this is what's killed me quite a few times. It's where the unstoppable champion spawns in, along with some taken phalanx, and the boss spawns in, so there's a lot to deal with very quick, in like quick succession. So check out my positioning. So the pillar in front of me, I position that directly in between me and the boss, and that helps out with the boss not aggro into me. Now I'm getting ready for the unstop to spawn in, because if I can stun that straight away, then my plan is to hit him with the Dragon's Breath rocket. So I'm going for the stun here. Miss, which is really unfortunate. So I direct hit him with the Dragon's Breath, and then he gets stunned by the ignition. And then I'm just absolutely using this cranium ammo just for survivability, taking everything out as quickly as I can, because you can get surrounded so quickly on this part. So I don't mind just wasting the ammo here, using it a lot more than I could have done, but hey, safety first. So now that the enemies, the ads anyway, have taken care of, I'm using this cranium to do lots of damage to the precision spot of the boss. Now this boss has also got a lot of health. Maybe the rocket isn't the best idea on this part, but I don't know, maybe a sleeper simulant might have actually been a good idea, or some other precision solar rocket, or solar exotic. So as you can see on this part, I'm literally just dancing around, trying not to get hit, and doing whatever little damage I can do. This is the you get awarded for patience on this part. So I don't mind using my rocket, but it really doesn't do too much damage. I'm running around to lots of different places because I'm also trying to find a good spot where those like smoke clouds don't hit me, but I can like, keep hitting the boss, but I can't really find it. I decided to use my super here because it seems like a more right-ish spot. Unfortunately, these are new barrier things that he's got. It just absorbs so much damage. Even if he didn't have those, he's still got a lot of health. Yeah, maybe Sleeper Simulant would be a better idea. Or a legendary linear. If you've got a good solar one, I guess that could be good. Oh, Whisper of the Worm even. That could be good. The new craftable version with field prep. That could actually be really good. I haven't got time to run through this again with different weapons, but I didn't actually think of that. I just stuck with Dragon's Breath. But yeah, Whisper of the Worm, maybe you can get 3 shots off while the barriers rotating. You can't really stay still very well, so maybe Sleeper would actually be better. Miss my hammer throw, I hit the shield unfortunately, so I don't get the weaken effect. So this part is just like the Tormentor again really, you're just taking your time, doing whatever damage you can, and making sure that you can survive. I'm not going to speed any of this up because I think the survivability aspects of this Grandmaster is worth watching. Unlike Birthplace of a Vial, where there was a lot of not really too much going on, so I sped that bit up. So using my bow to get crit spots, crit shots. If I could get a bit closer and do continuous damage without the crit shots, then maybe I would just use my auto rifle. It is like bottom part. This seemed good enough for me. Like I said, I wasn't rushing too much, so I didn't really care. Like, if I'm far away like this, I can see all these black taking cloud things coming at me. And I've got a lot of room to move. So yeah, if you are going to attempt this, with this loadout, then just prepare yourself for a long fight. What feels like a very long fight. I know some YouTubers can get this done in like 20 minutes, but not me. Not at this stage. This is only my 4th Grandmaster completion, and this is only the 2nd different Grandmaster as well. So I'm absolutely not on that league. Not gonna kid myself with that. So yeah, just get my reps in, learn as much as I can. That's my goal here. So he's nearly at the checkpoint. Now I don't really know this Grandmaster as well as I would have liked. I have completed it quite a few times, I guess, but maybe I've completed it about 10 times in a group. While Birthplace of a Vial I completed 25 times, thereabouts. So I knew that Grandmaster a lot better than I did this one. But this, I thought this was going to be harder than it actually was. The hardest part really was pacing myself and not rushing certain encounters, so I can't stress that enough. If you're going to attempt this Grandmaster solo, then you really have to be in a patient frame of mind. So just a little bit more damage to this guy. There you go. Now this is the next stage. All these blights spawn in, along with a load of other enemies. So I'm using the sound here to work out what enemies there are and where they're coming from. So that's why I'm like hiding in this part. So I can take out these Vex so that I can get a cranium to drop. That guy. And the Thrall get a little bit closer, so thank you for the restoration. Don't really want those guys to sneak up on me. So once I take out these goblins, I do that really to just spread a bit of Scorch, clear some enemies out while I'm safe, and then I can think about one thing at a time. Now I'm taking out these blights with my bow because I want to save the cranium ammo for dealing damage to the boss, so that I don't have to go through the whole tedious, slowly waiting for a crit spot with an ammo, with a bow ammo. So that's why I'm using my bow here. Then I'm going to take out the Minotaurs, Vex Minotaurs, so that I can get their craniums to then deal damage to the boss. If that doesn't make sense to you just yet, then wait and see. It will make sense. So the boss moves there. I'm not really too sure what made him teleport just then and not any time earlier, because short of doing just damage to this Minotaur, I couldn't really work out what triggered him to move, so just taking my time here again. Like I said, this is playing really patient. I got to the last part of this boss fight maybe 3 times prior to being able to complete this. So as far as solo goes, I think I failed at this point. Well, the next spawn actually. The next spawn, there's an overload that spawns in, and I failed at that part twice, I think it was, because I wasn't able to get into a good position to stun the champion early enough. But this time I get good positioning, so watch that and learn from my mistakes. Go. Fortunately, I didn't get that heavy brick that fell off the side. So. Just clearing up the Thrall. Go. Now I'm gonna come up here, grab the cranium. I probably should have taken out the Minotaurs first, but I wasn't sure whether that activated the next part or not, so I wasn't sure whether I needed to kill the Blights and the Minotaurs, or whether it was just the Blights, so I thought I would grab a cranium and start taking out the Minotaurs first, so that at least I've got a cranium in a good position when I needed it, if the next stage of a boss fight was to start. And if you don't know, you need to, once you drop the cranium, it's on a timer, maybe about 5 seconds or so before it despawns. So that's why I'm dropping it, doing a few shots and then picking it up again. So just make sure you do that quick enough so that it doesn't despawn. I might not be doing this the most efficient way, but it was the best way that I could do it for my first run. So there's one more blight that I need to take out. There you go, I've just spotted it. So, this overload that spawns in, right in front of me here, I use rocket to stun him, auto rifle to stun him, and now I get pushed back a little bit because I take quite a bit of damage there, but the restoration really helped out then. So that cranium does so much damage, and with these little balls that are just following me, the little orbs, I just think, oh, you know what, I'm just going to use the cranium because I can't really risk taking extra damage here when I can help it. Like here, I do take quite a bit of damage, which is why I also had the healing grenade, because I know that just the restoration from the helmet isn't quite good enough. And I don't mind shooting a rocket, because if it gets even one kill, then that's restoration again. So I am playing really cautiously here, just trying to make sure that these taken balls don't get their way to me. Also don't mind just using a little bit of extra ammo on that. Yeah, these things, if they hit you, you might be able to take one. I'm not sure if you can take two. So yeah, be really cautious of them. And that's another reason why the auto rifle's pretty good. I can just switch to it, it'll be fully loaded, and I can use that to take these out. I don't have to worry about the draw time of the bow. You still do have time with the bow, but it's just a little bit more convenient, user-friendly to use the auto rifle, especially seeing as it's going to auto-load itself. And if those things ever do get really close to you, you then sometimes don't have the time to draw the bow back, even with a fast draw time. So using the cranium here, just waiting for the crit spot to show itself, taking my time again. You really have to be in a relaxed state here. If you're rushing, thinking, oh, this is taking me forever to do, then you're going to get into a bad position where these lights are going to get you, or you're going to accidentally like leave an ad up and then he's going to hit you at a certain spot when you weren't ready. And yeah, believe me, I've done it, I've tried. Even there, I'm taking a bit too much damage, really. So these, see there, I'm a bit flustered on what to do. So I just leg it, get out of there. Look at the damage that cranium does though, that's 9,000 a hit and it hits so fast. My, the Tyranny of Heaven bow, I think it's 4,000 a crit shot. So definitely, this is definitely the way to do it with the craniums. Got another one. This is why it's important to take out those Minotaurs, because if you take out the Blights before the Minotaurs, then the Minotaurs will despawn and you don't get the craniums. So this fight will take even longer. And believe me, it feels like a long time just watching it, so yeah, make sure you kill those Minotaurs. There we go, lots of damage. Unfortunately, the super, I would prefer a throwable super, just a single shot to be able to do quick damage. Maybe the Golden Gun Celestial Nighthawk would be really good here, but then you'd lose out on other benefits as well. So Right, here we go. So that's enough damage for that phase. So get in here again. This is my kind of default safe spot. There you go, just taking out these Vex, because they're always going to have a good line of sight on me here. So I'm choosing to prioritize them as my target. Now there's lots of Thrall which spawn in. So I'm just kind of taking my time trying to work out where they are. So they start showing themselves here. Because they clump up, that's where Tyranny of Heaven is so good here. The explosion damage is really useful. I even find it useful for when the explosion goes off, you can at least see the damage numbers, so you know that actually there is something else back there. Really good explosion damage. Like I said, in Team Grandmasters, I've never really noticed it to be this effective. Maybe I didn't give it enough of a chance. The artifact this season is so busted for solar. It's so good. So I'm also trying to kind of work out the mechanics, how much space I've got, whether the boss is shooting me taking orbs at me or not, but he's not at this part. I probably should have done a little bit more research while prepping for this. So you've got to use the craniums to take out these like black donut things. What I'm shooting at now. So I clear all the ones on the right first, and then I work my way left. And I've still got craniums up as well, so I can deal damage to the boss later. And I don't mind just using a rocket there, because it will give me restoration after kills. And I'm in a pretty bad spot there, so auto rifle, run, take out those orbs. Now, the bosses, those orbs, if you don't stay on top of them, they're also going to mess with your day. A big clump of enemies there, just take them out with 2 shots. Not sure if I hit that champion or not. Probably not looking at it. I'm just dealing with... Oh, I did stun him actually. That's good. So I'm kind of just okay with him being that far away. There's all these black smoke coming in, and I got the ads to worry about. You got the little taken balls to worry about. There they are. I don't know what they're called. Orbs, balls, darts. I don't know. I missed that one. Go for it again. And now is my damage one. And I really don't mind just wasting rocket ammo here, because I've got the craniums to do the majority of damage to the boss. You probably could use more ammo than what I'm actually using. I was just playing this so passively and safe that it's just kind of where I got to. So. Now I think there is just one more add up. Yeah, there is. Then once he's down, I can just focus on the boss. So take out these ones again, and then it's damage time. That's another thing with solo content. So those orbs would normally be spread out between your team, so you don't need to kill like 2, maybe 3 if more of them come after you. But in this case, it's you that's got to deal with them, and it's really important that you do. It's really hard to stay on top of them and dodge the black smoke and deal with the ads. And you can only deal damage once the barriers that spin around the boss is out of the way. There's a lot of juggling on this part. It's really not easy. So So yeah, I was about to grab the cranium, but then the orbs came up again. So after I take them out this time, then I can go straight up and grab the cranium. There we go. Now wait for that quick spot. And lots of damage. I think I did. I'm not sure if I did or not, but there's actually another add up on the back right hand side of the map. I might have spotted him, I'm not sure. Just had enough time to get that cranium again. There you go, now I just spotted him. Take quite a bit of damage there, so unfortunately the restoration that you get from Precious Scars isn't enough to just rely on that. So you do need to take a healing grenade as well. Which is alright, you rely on the Precious Scars enough so that you've pretty much always got your grenade when you need it. Here we go, going for another cranium. As you can see by the fact I'm retreating, I'm prioritising safe positioning more than dealing the damage, which you definitely need to do. If you want to rush this or think it's going to be a quick Grandmaster, wrong. You need to try it. You see here, lots of damage, really good. That's why you're using the cranium. And I think I do have one more up on the left, but I'm not sure if I use it or not. The rocket there actually did quite a bit of damage. There you go. Lots of loot. Overall, that one was really hard, but the loadout was really good again. If you haven't used Precious Scars, then I definitely recommend it. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.